Welcome back, book nerds. Like and subscribe. Today, I wanted to talk about Bastille versus the Evil Librarians. This is book 6 in the Alcatraz series. Now, this isn't Alcatraz, this is Bastille. So it's got a different voice. And there's a reason it has a different voice. So all the Alcatraz books were written solely by Brandon Sanderson. But this one was written cooperatively by Brandon and Jancy Patterson. Now, Jancy has written a few projects with Brandon over the years. She wrote Arithmetis, and she worked with him on the novellas for the Skyward series, Skyward Flight. He wanted a different voice in this book. He wrote the majority of the book just flat out, but he got stuck. So he brought in Jancy to see what she can do with it. And so here we are, a new voice. So we have both Alcatraz and Bastille, but Bastille is the hero in this book. Alcatraz takes the back seat, and Bastille has to have a significant different voice since it is Bastille's story this time. And they've really accomplished that well. I really enjoyed this book. And of course, I find very few Brandon Sanderson projects that I don't really get behind. And I pretty much love everything he does, and I think he's a god, but that's beside the point. I'm talking about the actual work that was put into this project, and I really like this book. So with the events of Alcatraz, you really feel the grief of the end of that story. And since Bastille is his bodyguard, she has to experience the grief that he's going through. And those are points in Brandon Sanderson's writing that are always really fun to read, and he does it in almost all of his books. There are issues, emotional issues that come up, and you have to deal with them, and he's really good at it. One of the best things about this series is how light it is, and the little funny jokes that he puts in about being a writer, because, well, Alcatraz is a writer. He's writing his story, and it's funny to have such a well-known author really just make these little funny remarks about writing. But that's really an Alcatraz thing. So in Bastille, you don't really get that. It's really a different person. And it really feels like it was written by a different person, that it's Bastille's writing this story. And to have, I think, Jancy added to that, to have more of a female voice writing the story, it feels right. It feels what it should have been. And so I think it was a really good call for Brandon to bring her into this project. And I really enjoyed this book. I think you will too. I think everyone's going to embrace this project. Now, some people really don't like their favorite authors co-authoring, and like it takes away from the project. I don't feel that it takes away from this project. But you tell me what you think. So those are my thoughts. Read fantasy.